No, there's nothing in particular that I would say is my favorite. It depends on what I'm in the mood for, and sometimes like I'll love on a weekend like some shifan, some zhou. Other times it's as I was saying, I think prior, lanzhou lamian, or yang rou char. Just once in a while it's like, hey, let's go out and just get delivered big thing of meat sticks. So there's nothing in particular, but like I said, is I'm more of a real savory palate, meaning that salty and spicy types of foods are more what I'm interested in. So sometimes you'll get these fish that are covered in like orange, more of a sweet covering. It's not really what I'm interested in. But I will say this. I have to have rice. At the end of every meal or during the meal, I have to have rice. And I don't always, sometimes I've tried, I'm trying to stay in shape, so I'm not eating as much rice as I was before, but there's nothing better than a big, nice bowl of great Chinese rice whenever you're eating anything. And not fried rice or any of that. I'm not a big fan of fried rice, just buy fat.
You were talking about you like spicy food, like Hunan food.
Yeah.
How did you get used to this spicy herb feeling?
So it's funny. That question gets asked a lot, and I think it's an appropriate question to ask Europeans, but not Americans. And the reason for that is Americans, surprisingly maybe, have a very strong palate for spice, because Americans love Mexican food. So you'll find that in the United States, there are as many Mexican restaurants as there are Chinese restaurants. So, I grew up with not just tacos, but it's like, burritos and quesadillas and all of this. And they were always spicy. These were genuine Mexican restaurants. So by the time you come here, I think that's the reason why Hunan food is probably something I enjoy, because the mala from Sichuan is quite different. Right? I just find the mala, there's not a lot of flavor. It's like no matter what you're eating, all you taste is the ma, right? Lazaji. Like you're just like, you're digging around trying to find the chicken in this pile of pepper. That's not so, I know you're supposed to have fun with that. But again, it's all you taste is your lips getting numb and you taste the ma. Again, it's not to say I don't like it, but it's not something I would go after. I would rather go after like a Dishuidong. That restaurant's super popular. You get the big ribs with the cumin, super good. But yeah, spicy food for Americans, most Americans are used to it. Europeans, I don't think as much. Numb spicy, yeah, you could say that. I just feel as though you don't have a lot of flavor. All you taste is the peppercorn, right? And you're like, oh, maybe that's chicken, I don't know. Not something I typically go after. It's more, for me, that's more of a regional cuisine. You could say like, Wuxi is kind of a regional cuisine. There's different areas that I'm okay with, but it's not, Guizhou Cai is not something I would necessarily go for.